Hello, welcome again with me, Lovely Legends. It's been a while since the last video about the crypto, and today we're gonna be discussing about important news that I have picked from Telegram. Because if you open your Telegram app, and there will be lots of crypto news, so I have made some analysis. So only for important news that can affect your crypto investment. The first one, I want to talk about miners. Okay, if you see on my left side, there's a table where you can see the table and you can read it by yourself. So these miners is actually, the Bitcoin miners is really important. They are very important for the ecosystem. Without the miners, the network can be really and super slow, and there'll be vulnerability in their security. Okay. And there are several factors, right? If you see my table, there's a narrative. Okay, it's all about crypto, of course, and then the sentiment is very negative because they're selling more BTC. I believe it's still acceptable because they need money to run their operational, but the level is actually in an extreme because we are not in a bull run, and they're selling Bitcoin in loss, of course. For me, this is a sign for us to sell, but it's not a financial advice. I'm just thinking to sell, but I'm still thinking about it, considering many things, because we have other news that are positive, and it might reduce the effect of the selling that right now the miners is doing. Okay, the next one, we have the SPAR. So this is a retail company from Switzerland, and they start trying crypto for their payment method, and this one is a good indicator of crypto adoption in retail business. The sentiment is really positive, but the level for me, it's moderate, and the possible decision for this is I'm gonna pause whether buying or selling. Okay, I'm gonna hold my crypto investment portfolio. Okay, and the next one, there's Coinbase that has improved Solana infrastructure. They claim that this improvement is 5 times faster to block processing throughput and 4 times better RPC performance through asynchronous transactions and bare metal machines. Okay, this is a good sign because Coinbase is a really big company and it's a custodian for the ETF too. Okay, the next one, we have President Trump has filed and requested to the Supreme Court to remove and replace the current Fed chairman. Okay, as we know all together, last night or 2 days ago, right, Jerome Powell didn't cut the race. We didn't expect that. We expected Jerome Powell to cut the race because the day before, the Bank of Canada and also the European Central Bank, ECB, they already cut the rates. No, they already cut the interest rates. And it turned out that the US, with its Fed, right, the Jerome Powell, he decided not to cut the interest rate. It's very disappointing for us as a crypto investment. So that's the reason why President Trump wanted him to step down. Okay, so the next one is the US Treasury expected to issue over $31 trillion in Treasury bond in 2025, accounting for approximately 109% of GDP and 144% of global money supply. As we all know together that the money supplies compared to Bitcoin. There's a lag. So the money supply's been going up since like a month or 2 months ago, and the price of Bitcoin is still lagging. So we are expecting that the Bitcoin price will also follow the empty supply, and it's a very good sentiment. It's a positive sentiment, and the level is extreme. So it's an indication that we can buy some BTC. Of course, don't forget that your portfolio should be managed, especially the risk. You have to measure the risk. For me, this is not the financial advice, remember that. 70 to 80%, or probably 80 to 90% should be in Bitcoin, right? 10% in other kind of altcoins. This is really important. Altcoins like RM last week, right? Or this week, you have seen a rug pull action from the best high performance crypto coins during the year, right? In 2024 to 2025, the RWA coin, the real world asset coin, it's RM. The ticker is RM. We call it mantra. That went down. The price went down by 90%. It was really unexpected. It hits a lot of people. It hits a lot of investors. It raises turbulence in crypto first, and we don't want this kind of thing happen again. Last time we had Luna crash. It's similar, but the number of mantra coins holders are not as many as Luna coin. So we still believe that we can still continue this bull run year until the end of year. Okay, let's go back again. That one was extreme, right? Extreme level. The next one, Abraxas Capital related wallet withdrew another 505 BTC from Binance. It is a good one. So every time we see an outflow from exchange into cold wallet, it means that there are people who accumulate their Bitcoin and send it to their cold wallet for safety reason. Okay, and then the China's M2 money supply just hit a record to $326 trillion, and analysts say the surge in liquid could help push Bitcoin toward the 90,000 mark. This is absolutely an insane news. This is an extreme level of a positive sentiment in crypto world. This is a sign of buying for me. Okay, and the next one is Texas sets April 23rd for strategic Bitcoin reserve, and this is the final stage, and they plan to buy around 500 million BTC every single year. This is a really good news, but the level is still moderate because it's not liquidity. But they promise the people of Texas that they're gonna have the SPF, the strategic Bitcoin, the SPR, the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and it's very positive and a signal for us to buy more Bitcoin. So we have one extreme negative sentiment about the miners, but since I had a lot of positive news, so for me, my portfolio decisions for the miners, I will add more Bitcoins. For that one, I want to hold BTC right now, and I also consider buying more BTC to my portfolio, but I will not go all in. I will keep dollar cost averaging. Okay, I think that's all from me today. See you again later. Have a nice day, have a nice weekend. Don't forget your family. Don't waste your time watching on the chart. It's not going to go anywhere. the most important thing that you have to pay attention is the sentiment and also the macroeconomic situation and also the geopolitical information, especially related to the US and the Trump tariff. Okay, see you again. Bye.